Hi, this is going to be a short video because it's in reply to your work on the Papal States and what that did to the role of the Pope. Certainly, you guys, boom, right on, you got it, that the big thing was obviously changes the way he's viewed in the world. He is no longer just a spiritual leader. He is a political leader. And now the point that I kind of wanted to tease out from that was, think about that. What does government do? Levies taxes, has to provide roads, has to defend its citizens. So what ends up happening is when the Pope becomes not just a spiritual leader, but responsible for all this land and all the people who live in it, he now has to levy taxes. He has to do all those kinds of things. Make sure they have drinking water. I mean, all that kind of stuff. So, state and religion come forcefully together again in this role. Now, you're going to see it's during the Italian Revolution, or prior to the Italian Revolution, around that time, when the Papal States cease to exist. The papacy kind of gets rid of those. So, we've got them for about 1,100 years, which is a long time. To be a political leader. Now, how do we see that today? Well, the Vatican website that you looked at showed a lot. You were quite surprised, a number of you, oh my gosh, they've got a flag, and they've got a national anthem, and they've got their own money, and they've got a Secretary of State, and all that. Yeah, that's still in place because they still are sovereign, even though it's only 100 acres or so, not very big. But they're still sovereign, which is interesting. The good part of that is then the head of the Catholic religion is not beholding to any state. So that means no government can regulate what the Catholic Church teaches or believes because the Pope and where he lives is not under the control of a government. So that keeps, hopefully, religion, the Catholic religion, separate from the interests of any government per se. Okay, so they can teach and believe and try to guide Catholics all around the world, and not have any interference from a government saying you can't teach that. Okay, so that's still a very good thing. But divesting himself of all that land was really good too, because the Pope, and you might have saw or read the word temporal order, the temporal order. That temporal means things of the world. So the Pope becomes less concerned with the temporal order, the things of the world. He doesn't have to be involved in all of that stuff because he is not responsible to make sure all that the needs of the people of the Papal States are met. Okay, so by divesting that land, it pushes him back more toward a spiritual leader and out of having all of his time and energy put toward governing. Okay, so that's good. The other thing, though, that we still see today, because Vatican City is sovereign in and of itself, and the Pope is the head of that state, small though it may be, he's treated differently than other religious leaders. So you could have the Patriarch of Constantinople show up in a country. The leader of the country wouldn't necessarily go out to greet them. When the Pope shows up in a country, he's a head of state. And so, like when he comes to our country, he meets with the president. The last time he was here, the president welcomed him. I had a big ceremony for him on the White House lawn. And I remember watching it because I wanted to listen for the national anthem of the Vatican. And they played it. The military band played it. It was really cool. I don't think it's one that would probably be easy to sing, though. But so they treat him that way. So wherever he goes, he's treated as a head of state. So that's why his role is a little different, or he's treated a little bit differently when he goes to other countries. The other piece of that is, though, that remember, if they are sovereign, then they also have embassies throughout the world, and they do. There are Vatican embassies in every country, or almost every country, where they're allowed to be. So, you might see United States Embassy in a foreign country, and the Vatican Embassy would be there too. So the Vatican also, and people can go there to the Vatican embassies for refuge if they're being, I don't want to say, if they're being treated poorly, or the word's not coming to me, but seeking asylum, that's it. They need to seek asylum from a country because maybe the government is treating them unfairly or whatever. They can head to the Vatican Embassy too. So there are a number of, and usually that's something that Catholics, if they're traveling in another country, try to be well aware of. If something is happening, they can seek the Vatican Embassy too. So, kind of gives you a little idea of why the role of the Pope is what it is today in the world. And again, I think I just want to reiterate, personally, I believe it's good that the papacy got rid of all those papal states and just kept this a little over 100-acre land as their sovereign state. I do think it's good they're sovereign too, because they can't have any government interference from anywhere. So anyway, a good movie, if you ever get done with your degree, when you get done and you have some time to kick back and relax, a good movie to watch sometime to just understand the Vatican a little bit more is The Scarlet and the Black. It is a true story of something how the Vatican interacted during World War II. Gregory Peck's in it, Christopher Plummer's in it. It's about the Nazis in the Vatican. Excellent story, and like I said, it's a true story. So, and you can rent that at any video store. Okay, so that gives you a little bit. So, again, we know this is a lot of work, and again, we thank you for your patience as we catch things as we're going through. Again, just keep up the excellent work. And it's kind of nice teaching online, isn't it? As I look out at all the snow here, I don't have to get my car and drive to the college. So, God bless. Hang in there. Stay safe and warm.